everybody, I'm Dan 2x15 and back again for another WWE predictions video, but this time we're predicting what's going to happen inside the Elimination Chamber. There's going to be not one but two Elimination Chamber matches, a men's #1 contenders match where the winner of the men's Elimination Chamber will go on to face Seth freaking Rollins at WrestleMania, and a #1 contenders women's match where the women will battle out for the same thing, where the winner of that Elimination Chamber will face either Rhea Ripley or Nia Jax, depending on who wins the World Heavyweight Championship, Women's World Heavyweight Championship match. But if you haven't seen my predictions videos before, this is how it goes. I make two predictions, or multiple depending on the pay-per-view, on who I think is going to win, which is who WWE have booked to win, and who I want to win, which is my own personal opinion. But without further ado, let's go on to the first match. And the first match is the WWE Tag Team Championship match, as the Judgment Day defend their Tag Team Championships against British Strong Style of Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. And I must admit, it's great to see that Pete Dunne is back and he's got rid of that whole Butch persona, because now he's the Bruiserweight again. This is going to be interesting, because if you think about it, in the Commonwealth, Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate are from the United Kingdom, which is related to Australia in a sense. We sound like them apparently, but nowhere near. So I think that Australia will give a big welcome to Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne, but they're going to be going one-on-one with the Mr. Senior Money in the Bank, Damian Priest and Finn Balor. So it's going to be a tough task to topple them. Do I think they could do it? Absolutely. There's a lot of different styles going on here. There's a lot of different styles. There's a lot of different styles between Judgment Day. You got the finger snapping, bending, beating the shit out of anyone who gets in the way of Pete Dunne's style, of his British Strong Style. Then you got the classic British indie style of Tyler Bate, but then you got the powerhouse of Damian Priest and that high flying technical Finn Balor. Anything can happen there, but let's get right down to it. Who do I think is going to win the Judgment Day? Who do I want to win? British Strong Style. Yeah, that's gonna. But who's gonna? Well, I have to wait and see. Tonight, well, not tonight. Tomorrow night, I'm gonna skip SmackDown and go straight to Elimination Chamber, because SmackDown is tonight, and usually I watch SmackDown the day after. But it's gonna be at 10 o'clock in the morning for me, I think. So I'm going to have to look up what time Elimination Chamber actually starts tomorrow night. Tomorrow. I think it's in the morning, so yeah. It's going to be good. It's going to be fun. I can't wait to see it. As we go on to the next match. And the next match is the men's Elimination Chamber matchup. And it's going to be a big one, because from left to right, I'm going to say this, we're going to have Kevin Owens, Bobby Lashley, Randy Orton, Drew McIntyre, Logan Paul, and LA Knight. Yeah! It's a big fight field of big men. The person to go through Elimination Chamber, you've got Randy Orton that's making history in this matchup. You got Drew McIntyre, who's won in the Elimination Chamber before, and I think Bobby Lashley has too. And you got, I think Kevin Owens has been in the Elimination Chamber before. This will be Logan Paul's first ever Elimination Chamber, and LA Knight's first ever Elimination Chamber. Now, I wouldn't going to make 3 big predictions: who I want, who I think, and order of elimination, and order of who comes out first. Just me predicting. Okay. In order to, first things first, who do I think is going to win out of these 6? It's a very big pick, but I think it'll be Drew McIntyre. Who do I want? Man, it'll be fun to see it. LA Knight, yeah! But, spoiler alert, it's gonna be Drew. And he's gonna finish his story at WrestleMania by beating up Seth freaking Rollins, I'm afraid. But let's go on to the two other predictions of the order of people, which they're going to come out and start, who's going to start the Elimination Chamber, and the order of eliminations, and who's going to eliminate them. So let's start on, I think there's one or two ways of starting the Elimination Chamber. I think we're going to either start it with LA Knight and Randy Orton, or we might start it off with Kevin Owens, most likely, with Logan Paul. Coming out next, though, I think if you're going to have... So I think LA Knight will come out next, the third one in, because it just makes sense to warm up the crowd for Logan Paul versus LA Knight for the United States Championship down the line. I think it's the only big WrestleMania moment that LA Knight's going to get. Then out next will be Bobby Lashley, who will dominate everybody at this point, and taking out LA Knight, because he is taking out Logan Paul. He'll take out Kevin Owens. It's gonna dominate the entire field. Now, while Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre are still waiting to get into the match, who's gonna come out next? It'll be Randy Orton. He'll go out there like a house on fire, and it's in this point in the time where I think that the first elimination will take place, because I think Drew McIntyre will go amongst them. I don't know if it will be a big elimination session, but I think there might be an early elimination before Drew McIntyre enters the chamber. But I think that Logan Paul won't be eliminated first, but he'll be battling with Kevin Owens. There'll be spears from taking Kevin Owens and Logan Paul down. Randy Orton going for an RKO, but Bobby Lashley spears him. Hell, he can go for Kevin Owens. 1-2, kick out. He can go for Randy. He's on the outside, so he rolled out onto the outside. Hell, he can go for Logan Paul. 1-2, kick out. He's getting frustrated and he's getting really annoyed. And then Drew McIntyre enters, and you can have Logan Paul and Kevin Owens being on the outside of the chamber, and this is when those two are colliding. They're face to face. They're two big beefy men. They can trade blows. McIntyre can go for a claymore, but then Bobby Lashley just hits him with a spear, and he is standing tall. And then maybe the lights can go out, and come back on, and there's the final testament. Or we can do chamber people going after Logan Paul and eat the shit out of Logan Paul, but the man to actually pin him is LA Knight. Logan is gone, and while he's making his exit, the whole kerfuffle, what I said, spears for everybody, including Drew McIntyre, when he comes in. That's when I think it'll happen. That's when it'll be the lights. That's when they'll go in, beat up. You got the final testament. Because I think by Fridays we're gonna have the AOP versus the Street Profits. I think that's gonna get out of hand, leading up to WrestleMania. Then for Elimination Chamber, final testament. I'm gonna take down Bobby Lashley. I'm going to say maybe the Street Profits might help, but I don't know if they will. I think it should just come to where Bobby Lashley gets taken out by the final testament, costing him, and they do the last chapter, and then like a ball hammer from behind carrying across and the final testament taken out from all the kerfuffle of everything that's going on. Maybe a claymore to Drew McIntyre from Drew McIntyre, and that's it. 1, 2, 3. Bobby Lashley's gone. He once again taking advantage of somebody else's thing. But then we got Kevin Owens, Randy Orton, LA Knight, and Drew McIntyre left. I think Kevin Owens will most likely be the one to go next, because I think LA Knight and Kevin Owens will go battling against each other, but it'll be a stunner reversal pushed into Randy Orton RKO. 1, 2, 3. Owens is gone. Now this is to pump up the crowd. You think, oh my god, LA Knight's got a chance. Randy Orton stares down. They trade blows. Goes for the BFT. Gets reversed. Randy goes for the RKO. Bang! Claymore. Eliminates Randy. The reason why I think it should come down between Drew McIntyre and LA Knight, come on! It's a smart booking, because it will get people to boo Drew McIntyre even more when the LA Knight comes this close. He could even hit a BFT to Drew McIntyre. Maybe. And then have Drew McIntyre kick out. And LA Knight's getting pumped up. He's going to town in the corner to McIntyre. He even does that LA Knight. He goes against the ropes. McIntyre he springs back up and McIntyre he gets hit with the elbow, and then he's waiting for it. He was for the blood force trauma. He pushes him out the way. He bounces off the ropes. Claymore. 1, 2, 3. McIntyre wins. That's how I think it's gonna happen. That's how I think it's gonna go down. But that's gonna be a big Elimination Chamber that's for sure. As we're gonna go on to the next match, and the next match is the women's Elimination Chamber match. Now, as I go from left to right, we got Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Naomi, Becky Lynch, Bianca Belair, and of course Tiffany Stratton. Gonna be big names for this one. Oh my god, it's gonna be big. I think it's going to be an interesting one. Now, who do I think is going to win? Becky Lynch. But I'm going to say, who do I want to win? I kind of want Raquel Rodriguez to win. I think I want her to dominate the entire field. So, to start things off, I think it should be Bianca Belair and Becky Lynch. Two people that know each other very well. Next person in could be, I'd like to say Liv Morgan or maybe Naomi. One of those two. Then the vice versa. If it's not Naomi, then it'd be Liv Morgan afterwards. Then I think Tiffany Stratton. Then I think Raquel should be the last one out there. Everyone, I think, will then target Raquel, taking her out temporarily, only for Tiffany to try and attempt to take her out for good. She then gets caught by a computer bomb. 1, 2, 3. Tiffany's out. Then I think the next person that should get eliminated should be Liv Morgan, as maybe she can have some offense on Naomi, but Naomi makes a reversal after an attempt from a codebreaker, and maybe you're gonna push her on to Bianca. Bianca hits KOD onto Liv. Liv Morgan is eliminated. Now Naomi, I think should be next, because again I think those two staring at each other in the middle of the ring, going out against each other. Someone that they really both want it, but in the end it's Bianca that reverses a view, into another KOD. 1, 2, 3. Naomi is gone. Now it's down to Raquel Rodriguez, Bianca, and Becky. Now Becky and Bianca have been going. Raquel have been going at it. Maybe have Raquel taken Becky Lynch out into one of the pods, and then Raquel staring down at Bianca. It's a big fight field right there between those two, and they go back and forth, and then just as each of Raquel is on the shoulders, she's really holding on to her foot on the rope. She gets down with it. She then hits the Kahana bomb, but it's still not enough. And then maybe Becky can crawl back in. She can, and then you got Bianca, who's got Raquel on the top rope, and she's climbing and she's trying to hit a mega super super BFT, but Raquel lands on her feet, and then out of nowhere Becky Lynch hits a giant manhandle slam. She rolls over, and there's Raquel to take advantage with the pinfall. 1, 2, 3. That's Bianca out. This is one that everyone's going to be. This is awesome. I think Raquel should come this close. Hit a tequila bomb once, have Becky kick out, but then rolls her up into the disarmer. Maybe have the shoulder aimed in the entire match when she's been thrown around. That can be like a selling point. And if the arm being weakened all night in the Elimination Chamber because by everyone, she after trying to lift her up, but she just can't lift her. She then fades away, taps out. Becky goes to face the winner of the next match between Nia Jax, the challenger, and the home country hero in Rhea Ripley, and we'll get onto that match next. And the final main event, I should imagine. I don't expect anything else. I think the last match what I just predicted will be the first match, and I think the men's one will be a semi-main event, but I think this itself will be the main event because, let's face it, I think it'll be a back and forth type of match, and where Rhea's pounding away Nia, but she's done everything she can, but Nia just keeps coming back. She's brutalizing her. She's tearing her apart in there. And it's Rhea, just when you think Rhea's got nothing left, I mean, she even tries to lift up Rhea, but it's not going to be enough. I think there'll be a case where where Nia goes for the Annihilator, but then Rhea is there, and she hits a big giant riptide off the second rope, powerhousing her down, and Mummy is always on top. There's no spoilers here. Who do I think is going to win? Rhea Ripley. And as much as I love Nia Jax and how she's getting better in each match, it's going to be Rhea. I want Rhea Ripley to win in her hometown, in her home country. Let this happen. So yeah, Mummy's always comes on top. Then we can have, Becky come out and saying, I'm going to WrestleMania for you, with you. This is going to be good. But let me know what you think and who you think is going to win Elimination Chamber if you haven't already seen it. Let me know if I was correct in the predictions. And until next time, I'm down 2 times 15 on Xbox Live, and I'm going to see you bright and early in the morning about 10 a.m. for Elimination Chamber tomorrow for the review. And until then, goodbye. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, then feel free to subscribe. If you want to watch the previous video, then click on the video on the left. But if you want to watch the playlist, then click on the playlist that's on the right.